Okay, I'm coming straight in with the big guns, straight off the bat. There you go, there you have it. No collection can be perfect without He-Man and Battle Cat. 1981 He-Man, he's got a little bit of that black discoloration around the top of his thighs. It's where the leg band disintegrates, leaves a mark, but I don't mind because it shows his age. That's what it's all about. He's a 40-year-old He-Man. Stands beautifully. Battle Cat, absolutely no articulation whatsoever. Does it matter? No. Look at the colours on that. It's a thing of beauty. And I can remember playing with that on my kitchen floor while my mum was watching the TV. Because we used to have TVs in the kitchen then. We actually used to sit in the kitchen instead of the living room. It was about 1983 or something. Right, we'll sit He-Man back on there. What a start. That could be it. Maybe you can just own He-Man and Battle Cat and you're done. Right, where shall we go now? We'll go to a bad guy. Not Skeletor. I'm going to go to my favourite bad guy, or my favourite figure, Trapjaw. Got this complete. Yes, I have got the Warrior's Ring with the secret compartment inside. You can probably keep a penny coin. Trapjaw. He's got his nippers, his machine gun, laser thingy, his hook, his jaw. Still works, still moves. He just looks great, doesn't he? It's aged really well. 40 years. He's lost a bit of paint off his legs. Some of these toys, when they were brand new, the paint was not perfect. I mean, it depends on country of origin. Collectors will know that. Particularly France. This Battle Cat, country of origin, France. His feet don't touch the floor properly. He's sort of standing on his heels. Very sort of odd mould. Not all these figures were exactly the same, depending on where they were made. But Malaysia, this Trapjaw was made in, and I think he looks perfect. Yes. One more before we move forward in time a little bit. Don't make toys like that anymore. Ta-da! Mantenna. Look at that. One of Hordak's Horde, was it? I can't remember now. He's got the lever on the back. Up and down. Make his eyes go up and down. It's simple, it's fun. Another hard-wearing character. I mean, these were unbreakable. A little bit strange, his legs. If you look at his legs, he's got 4 legs. It's actually 2 legs with 2 legs. He's got 2 pairs of legs. Who cares though? I loved him as a kid. Crossbow, it still works. I'm not going to press the button just in case it won't work after that. But he is in full working order, and certainly part of a perfect collection of Masters of the Universe. Even though I know he was actually in the She-Ra cartoon, kind of crossed over with He-Man, didn't it? Though it was his sister. It was all the same thing. I collected them as the same thing. To me, it was all Masters of the Universe. Or as I used to call them as a kid, He-Man figures. Right, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. I will do Skeletor. There we go. 1981, complete. Very nice. He's aged really well. This is a 1981 Taiwan. Only thing about this is it's a little bit scary putting the sword in his hand, because you always feel that you're going to break that very delicate bit of plastic on the handle, which that's how a lot of these swords get broken. This one isn't broken, and hopefully it stays that way. I've put the sword in his hand. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe over time it's going to stretch it. I don't know. Okay. Aha, right. Now we're going to do a little bit of a comparison. Got vintage Mantenna, Super7 reaction Mantenna. This is how things have changed. Now this actually reminds me of the Playmobil characters, the little men with very little articulation and just sort of a, I don't know, plastic stick man. For me, the modern stuff is more, especially Super 7, it's more about the artwork. I mean, just look at the artwork, it's amazing. Look at the back, it shows what the others that you can collect, which is, it's traditional, isn't it, to have that on the back. But I think it's all about the artwork. The figure itself, I wouldn't take this out of the packaging. I don't think you're supposed to, are you? So we'll put him there. Does that make the collection perfect? I still prefer the old stuff. I'm still enjoying looking at the old stuff. Okay, now we're going to jump forward a little bit more. This is a big jump now. Club Grayskull Modulock. I mean, this is how things have changed. Articulation, absolutely every joint articulates on this guy. His wrists, neck, ankles, even the middle of his body. You can move it all around. It's a hell of a jump forward in the design of these figures. Whether they're supposed to be played with, probably not. I think it does say adult collector on the box of these, but these are something special. They do look amazing. He's got his head, and that's the head that in the cartoon he wanted to get the brain of Man-E-Faces and put it in a head, so he could have two heads and Man-E-Face's brain, I think. So yeah, there's the head, which he does hold in that hand, because I can move his hand. Oh no! Ta-da! There we go. Look at that. Next up, a character that was not in the original lineup of toys, but he was in the original cartoon. He was only ever in one cartoon. That's when Man-E-Faces made Robot He-Man to fool Skeletor into thinking that this was the real He-Man. Meanwhile, they could break the real He-Man, or Prince Adam, out of the dungeon that he was being kept prisoner in. So yeah, Robot He-Man only appeared in one cartoon, never had an original toy. Super 7 have been kind enough to bring Robot He-Man back, and I'm glad they did, because I think it's another awesome character. But is he perfect? Is this the perfect collection? Are we getting there? What's making it perfect? Is this perfect? I'm going to jump back in time again, going backwards and forwards. Strider. I can remember getting this on Christmas Day when I would have been maybe 4 or 5 years old. I got my Strider, and I've actually got the original box. This isn't the original Strider that I actually had. I went out and bought this, but the box is a bit bashed up, just the way I like it. Because if it's bashed up, I know it's real. And my box would have been more bashed up than this on Christmas Day itself, before it went in a black bag and went out in the bin, because I didn't keep any of my boxes. I just wanted to play. There we go, look at all that artwork. Brilliant. And there's Strider again. I love holding these old toys, because as soon as I pick them up, I can remember my childhood. I can remember playing with them, not just displaying them. I can remember really playing with them and being excited about getting them out. And when you got a new figure, you couldn't wait to put that new figure in the seat of Strider, and it was just brilliant. So we'll put him. We'll leave his head poking out there. Okay. Origins. That's a bit different, isn't it? If you think of the way that Battle Cat is, the vintage Battle Cat, and then you sort of jump forward to Origins. We've got some articulation. Whether there's any point in the articulation, I'm not sure. As in, you can bend his leg forward, but then you can't bend his ankle, so I'm not sure. I'm not completely sold on the Origins. Certainly not the mounts. I think the figures, we'll put him there for a second. I think the figures are quite cool. They've got a lot of articulation. They're definitely not going to stand up as well as the vintage. They've got all this articulation, everything, absolutely everything articulates on these. But no, they certainly don't have the durability of the original figures. But yeah, look at the facial expression on that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I do like it. I do like it. But I'll put him there. But I do prefer vintage. I'm gonna get one more figure out, and it's gonna be another vintage. I love the vintage. Prince Adam. Prince Adam, complete, good condition. You can see his belt hanging down there. As far as I'm concerned, if the belt's not hanging down, it's not a real belt. Correct me in the comments if that's wrong, but I have yet to see an original 40-year-old elastic belt on Prince Adam. Maybe if it's on mint on card, maybe if it's on the card, but if it's been opened, I think they all get stretched. Yeah, Prince Adam, another great character. I mean, my first 3 characters I can remember were He-Man, Prince Adam, and Skeletor. And I used to play with these before I sort of had any awareness that there was more characters, or I don't know who bought me these. These were my first He-Man characters, and they're the ones that hold all the special memories, and I enjoy them more than any of the other stuff that I collect. I like all of the stuff that I collect, but if it wasn't for the original He-Man toys, Masters of the Universe, the Mattel in the 80s, I wouldn't be collecting any of it now, would I? So yeah, there you go. There's some of my collection. It's a very small sample size, but it sort of shows Masters of the Universe through the ages. So there you go. The perfect collection. It's not just about the toys, it's about the memories that came with the toys. I'll never be able to get my perfect collection now because I have no idea where it's gone. But I'm going to continue to go out buying those vintage toys and, in a way, buying those memories again. Anyhow, if you found this video interesting, give me a like. If you're feeling extra generous, maybe subscribe. There's plenty more stuff on the way. Until the next time, see ya.